Shall we start the class? 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 We have already discussing about the your tester and the sorry chemical effect of the electric current. So in that we have already discussed the do the liquid conduct the electricity or not. So as per the last discussion, we know that come on the conclusion that the electric currents are passed from the one when so we have discussed that the some liquid are the good conductor of the electricity while some are the poor conductor, right? So we will start our lecture from here. Numbers of the time we have known that the free end of the tester do not touch each other, means whenever they are not touching each other, so there is a air gap between them. Okay, and when the air, and we also know that the poor air is a poor conductor of the electricity, but we also have read that during the lightning, or we have already seen that during the lightning the electric current pass through the air, which is a very wondered, if the air very wondered for, because we know that the air is a poor conductor under the all condition. So it will make the us confuse that the to think about that whether other materials can be classified as a poor conductor also, which allow the electricity to pass under the certain condition. So actually what is happening, there is a certain conditions in which most of the materials can conduct electricity, but there, that is why it is a preferable to classify the material as a good conductor and the poor conductor, instead of the classifying as a conductor and insulator. Means that we cannot completely classify the uh, material into the conductor or insulator. We can classify the material in the good conductor of electricity and poor conductor of electricity. So we have already tested that the conduction of electricity through the tap water. Okay, now let's start, or let's test the conduction of electricity through the distilled water. So to check the conduction of electricity through the distilled water, we have to perform the activity. So to performing this activity, we have to do the some we have to perform an activity in which what we have to do, we have to take the table teaspoon of the distilled water, and in a and that distilled water we have to collect in a clean and dry plastic or rubber cap of the bottle. Okay, and this water we can also take from the our school water, our school science lab. So what is happening in that? Using the tester to test whether the distilled water conduct the electricity or not. We have what what we have to do? We have to place the conduct your tester in that uh, with the joining of the two end of the with the battery. So we are able to see that the distilled water is not, if the tester put in the distilled water, so the pearl of the tester does not glow, which show that the distilled water does not conduct the electricity. Okay, now what we have to do after the testing the distilled water and coming on the conclusion that the distilled water cannot conduct the electricity, now we have to dissolve a pinch of the common salt into a distilled water. So what is happening in that? After the dissolving the distilled water, dissolving the a pinch of the common salt into the distilled water. So during the dissolving, so what we obtain that the salt solution after the dissolving into the distilled water conduct the electricity, means after the dissolution of the salt into the distilled water, the distilled water are able to conduct the electricity, so that the water that we get from the sources as the tap, so we can say that the source of the water whatever we are getting from the sources such like that tap water, hand pump, well, and pond is not the pure, it's not, they are not pure, and they contain the several salt dissolving it. So that means all these sources of the water can conduct the electricity, they conduct the electricity. So okay, so if we take the small amount of the mineral salt and which are naturally present in it, that means if we are saying that the sources tap water, screen is visible or not? Screen is visible or not? Sorry, I am audible to you. And who has shared the screen before 2 minutes? Who has shared the screen? I already told that no one will share the screen. You people are already sharing your screen, so how the screen will be visible? Now the voice is clear. So we know that there are the water that we are getting from the sources like tap, hand pump, well, and the ponds, they are the not completely pure. That means they contain the several amount of the salt. So these small amount of the mineral salt, which are naturally present into the tap water, hand pump, and well, they make the water as a good conductor of electricity. On other hand, if we talk about the distilled water, which are free from the salt, and that's why the distilled water is called the poor conductor of electricity. Now, if we know that there is a small amount of the mineral salt present naturally into the water, they are the beneficial for the human health also, because in the human body there is a need of the certain amount of the naturally occurring minerals for the proper functioning of our body. Instead of that, these salts make the water conducting. So we should whenever we are, so what we have to do, we should never handle the electrical appliances with the wet hand or while standing on the wet floor. Means we should not touch any electrical appliances if we are standing on the wet floor, or we are we have the wet hand. Okay, clear? Got it, everyone? Yes or not? Okay. We also found that there is some common salt which dissolve in the distilled water. They make the distilled water a good conductor. So, what are those substances? Can you tell me? Which dissolve into the distilled water? They make its conductivity and conductive. Can anyone give the example? Anyone wants to give the example? If we add the common salt into the distilled water, so it makes the distilled water to conducting the electricity. Okay, clear? Clear or not? Now let's perform a one activity, so that with the help of this activity we can able to understand that after what are those substances which make the distilled water conductivity. So what we have to do, we have to take the three clean plastic or rubber cap of the bottle, and we have to pour about 2 teaspoon of the distilled water in each of the cap. Okay, after that add the few drop of the lemon juice or dilute HCl hydrochloric acid to the distilled water into the one cap. Now, in the second cap, contain the distilled water. In that, we have to add a few drop of base, such as caustic soda and potassium iodide. Okay. Now, add a little sugar to the distilled water in the third cap and dissolve it. Okay. Now, what we have to do? We have to test which solution conduct the electricity and which do not conduct the electricity. So what the result we will be obtained when we can check this by doing this activity, we obtain that in the first and second cap, where with the acid and base respectively conduct the electricity, whereas the third cap having the sugar solution do not conduct the electricity. It means that your acid and base can conduct the electricity while the sugars cannot conduct the electricity. So most of the liquid that conduct electricity are solution of acid, base or salt. It means that whatever the liquid we have, and if they are conducting the electricity, it means that that solution contain either acid, base or salt. Now the one question is arises here. When the electric current flow through a conducting solution, does it produce any effect on the solution or not? So to understand that the electric current which flow into the conducting solution, does it produce any effect on solution or not? So for that we have to be learn that the chemical, or we have to be know about the chemical effect of the electric current. So you have already learned some effect of the electric current in your class 7. Can anyone tell me what are these electric effect? Anyone? Anyone? Can anyone tell me the electric chemical effect? Sorry, effect of, sorry, electrical effect. What? Type into the comment section. Your voice is not coming. Type into the comment section, everyone. What are the electrical effect? Whatever you have learned in the class 7. Type into the comment section fast. Okay, to know the chemical effect of the electrical current, we have to perform a activity, that is your, for that activity we have to take the we have to take out the carbon rod carefully from the two discharge cells. Okay, so when we take the two carbon rod from the two discharge cells, we have to clean that rod, their metals, clean their metal cap with the sandpaper. Okay, after the cleaning, wrap a copper wire around the metal cap on the carbon rod and join them to the battery. So what we, so these two rods on which we have wrapped the copper wire, that two rods are called electrode. Okay, now when we wrap the two copper wire on the metal cap of the carbon rod, so the complete structure is called your electrode. Now what we have to do, we have to pour a cup full of the water in a glass or plastic ball and add the, we have to add the teaspoon of the salt or the few drop of the lemon juice to the water to make it more conducting. Okay, means the water is already conducting, but we have to make it more conducting. So for that we have to add the teaspoon of salt or few drop of the lemon juice into the water. So this make it more conducting. So now we immerse that the electrode in this solution make is which make sure that the metal cap of the carbon rod are, means that whenever we are setting all these setup, so we have to be make sure that the metal cap of the carbon rod are the outside from the water, means it should not dip or under the water, it should be always upside the water solution. Now what we have to do, we have to adding all these things and doing everything of the setting, doing all the setup. We have to be after the completion of the setting the setup, we have to wait the 3 to 4 minutes, and after that we have to started the observation. So we carefully, so we notice the numbers of the gases bubbles near the electrodes. Okay, so we can also call these bubbles which are taking place into the solution, in the solution a chemical changes, means that after the adding the salt and the acid into the water, and if you are absorbing up to the 3 to 4 minutes, so we are able to see the bubbles near the electrode. Okay, so these electrode, and we say that the changes whichever takes place into the solution is the chemical changes. So after the seeing all these things, so we can come into the conclusion of this activity. On, we can say that on the passing of the electrical current through the conducting solution, the lemon juice and water, the chemical reactions takes place. Okay, means after the adding all these, the chemical reaction has been takes place. Now the water we have to dissolve in it, and constituent of the gases, that is hydrogen and oxygens, bubbles are formed on the electrode that are connecting to the positive terminal of the battery, and that means that the water, when the dissociation of the waters is takes place due to the chemical reaction in the solution. So when the dissociation of the waters takes place, so it form the oxygen and hydrogen ion. The oxygen gas, that is a oxygen, so the oxygen gas, it form in the form of bubbles. These bubbles are formed on the electrode that connect to the positive terminal of the battery, and the hydrogen ion are formed on the other electrode. So the forming of the oxygen ion and the hydrogen ion, they change the color of the solution, which may occurs, or they are depending on the what the solution and the electrodes we are using, means the color of the solution whatever that's going to be changed, it depend upon the kind of the solution and the electrodes we are using in our setup. So the color is based on these two things. So this process is known as the chemical effect of the current, means when the what salt or acid placed into the water, and we connect the electrodes in that water, so we are able to see the certain chemical changes. That certain chemical changes result the change in color of the solution. So this change in color of the solution is known as chemical effect of current. Understand everyone? Any doubt? Anyone have any doubt? Anyone have any doubt? No doubt. So this concept of the dissociation of the water through the chemical reaction is demonstrated in the 1800 by a British chemist whose name was Williams Nicholson. He shows that if the electrode were immersed into the water and the current, if we are passing the current in that, so the bubbles of the oxygen and hydrogens are produced due to the dissociation of the water or hydrolysis of the water. So the oxygen in that, the oxygen bubbles are formed on the electrode that connected to the positive terminal of the battery, and the hydrogen bubbles are formed on the other electrode of the battery. Anyone have the confusion in that? Let's suppose the water, we know that the water is dissociated if the breakdown of the water takes place. So it break into the H plus OH minus. Okay, here the OH minus, if it is breakdown, so O half oxygen ion plus hydrogen ion. Okay, understand? Everyone understand? Now this oxygen ion are formed in the form of bubbles at the positive electrode of battery, and this hydrogen ion is formed at the negative terminal of the battery. This thing also understand? This one also understand or not? Understand? Let's suppose if the dissociation of the water takes place, so it result the formation of H plus ion and oxygen ion. Okay, these H plus ion and oxygen ion, the oxygens ion are formed in the form of bubbles, and these bubbles are formed on the positive, on the electrode that connect with the positive terminal of the battery. Let me show you. Let's suppose this is your activity. Okay, this one is your one electrode and this one is your another electrode. Let's suppose this one is your positive charge of the battery and this one is your negative charge of the battery. This much understand? If the dissociation of the water or the breakdown of the water takes place, so it's form the H plus ion and OH minus. Okay, now this OH minus again break down into the H plus and O minus half of O2 H plus and half oxygen ion. Okay, so this oxygen ion is formed in the form of bubbles at the positive terminal of the battery. Means these bubbles are formed at the positive electrode, form or at that electrode which is connected with the positive electrode. Understand? These bubbles are formed here, means here the bubble oxygen bubbles are formed at this electrode. That means this electrode is connected with your this positive charge terminal of battery. Now this hydrogen ion which is formed, they started to produce at the electrode in the form of bubbles, and these bubbles are formed around those electrode which is connected with the negative charge of the battery, negative terminal of the battery. Understand now? So these passage of the electric current through the conducting solution cause the chemical reaction. Means these passage of the electric current into the conducting solution is cause chemical reaction which results formation of bubbles of gases which may form around the electrode, and they deposited on the metal may be seen on the electrode. Means yes, sometimes we are able to see the deposition around the electrode. Okay, these deposition are the basically the metals and the charges of the, and these these can chemical reaction change the color of the solution which may occurs due to the reaction would depend upon, and these changes of the color basically depend upon the what the solution we are taking and the type of electrode we are using during the chemical reaction. Okay, so these are the some chemical effect of the electric current. Any doubt? Okay, so this is that's all for today. Rest of the portion we will discuss tomorrow or in the next class.